Welcome and thank you for joining us for our industry connection. Today we have on the stage with Smarter Marketing with Automation. Before we get started, I wanted to just take a few minutes just to share some other upcoming events that we have. For those that are on the call that are members, we have a member roundtable coming up on May 20th. Titled Battling Burnout. Very, very important. So that should be a great roundtable to get some confirmation as well as some suggestions and recommendations on dealing with high stress times. And for those in those all volunteer capacity, it's a great space to vent. And for those that have not yet, we highly encourage you to join us at ACT. It will be in Des Moines, Iowa on June the 25th to 28th. For those that are in youth theater, we also will have our ACT Youth Fest that is June the 22nd through the 24th, and that will be in Des Moines, Iowa as well. You can find more information on AACT.org. Today with us from on the stage, we have Tina Thayer, Tyler Dickinson, and Kaylee Shupeck. And so they're going to walk us through the world of marketing automation and the tools and services that On the Stage has developed, in particular for theaters to help us do our jobs better, more efficiently, and better. Yeah. So you guys take it away. I'll be in the background. Should you need me? And yeah, thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. We're really excited to be here. I'm going to share my screen in just 1 second, make it bigger for everyone. All right. All right. So welcome. I'm Tina Thayer. We're going to, again, just talk about marketing automation and really how to automate your marketing to save time, streamline your workflows, and of course, achieve big results, because that's what we all obviously all want to see. So real quick before we get started, just a couple of housekeeping items before we dive in. Yes, of course you could ask questions. Please ask questions. Kaylee's going to be manning the chat and making sure that I see them. If I'm talking, I'll make sure I get to stop and we'll answer all of them. You will be able to watch this again. We'll make sure that everyone gets a recording so you can rewatch that link. And then, of course, like learning more about what we offer at OTS, you can reach out for customers. Anyone that is a customer of OTS always can reach out to your account manager. And if you're not a customer yet, we can always follow up with you with the webinar, and there's a link to sign up for a demo or more information. And without further ado, I just introduced myself, but I'm Tina Thayer. I am the VP of Sales here on the stage. I've been here for a little over a year, and I'm really excited to have Tyler Dickerson on with me. He's one of our senior account executives here at OTS. And I'm going to be first starting to talk through a little bit about marketing. What are some of the key challenges that we're seeing with the thousands of organizations that we get to work with day in and day out? What is marketing automation? And how is it that you implement automation within your day-to-day workflows? Then we'll dive into a live demo that's going to be done by Tyler. We want to actually show you this in action. Some of the things we'll show you are checkout questions, how to segment your audience, custom purchase flows. And then we have some exciting things that's coming soon with OTS that, we're innovating all the time. And we have a lot of focus on what we can do here with marketing. And we're really excited to share some exciting news that we haven't shared yet with anyone. So starting out with marketing overview and how it is more than just selling tickets. I always want to start by just defining marketing. What is this? And before we dive into what automation looks like, I think too often performing arts orgs think of marketing as being email, which yes, emails are great. We should definitely be using them, but email is just one form of marketing. It's one thing that everyone is probably doing. It helps broaden our definition and our understanding of marketing, but there's a lot more that goes into it that's not just email. So really, whether you realize it or not, any and all communication with people outside of your organization is considered marketing. So yes, email is a big one, but any time you're communicating with them, you're marketing in some way. Whether it's someone talking to someone else outside, it's a flyer, it is social media. There's so many different ways that your organizations are marketing. And really, there's two things that I want to focus on, and that's the digital channels and those offline channels. This includes both for digital, the biggest and most obvious channels are things like email, social media, YouTube, and your website. But there are also things to consider, such as running paid ads across Google or Meta or optimizing your search results. And beyond that, overall, are your offline channels. And it's really hard to measure the effectiveness of these channels. It's hard because a lot of these are physical. We have print assets like flyers, media, print media, newspapers, direct mail, word of mouth, partnerships. There's no question about these methods, and if they work, they should 100% be a part of everyone's marketing strategy. And with all of these different channels available to you, it's also important just to strategize how to best utilize each channel to accomplish your goals and treat them all differently because they're not all the same. And really, speaking of goals, so often we'll ask organizations like yours about marketing goals, and we always hear probably like 90% of the time the same answer. And it's to sell more tickets, Sina. That's what we want, to sell more tickets. And yes, we want that too. We really do. Because it's important. But again, I want to zoom out because marketing can do way more than just that. While at the same time increasing your bottom line. So I want to make sure we're talking about all the different things that it can do for you today, whether that's offline or in online and digital channels. Um, so the three goals of performing art marketing. So chances are your primary goal as an organization is to produce the art you make and to remain financially solvent. That's what we want to. And selling tickets is only one means towards that end. It's just one thing. So broadly speaking, marketing for the performing arts is trying to do three things. One, it's grow your audience. So means getting new patrons to come to your events and performances. And a marketing strategy is important so that we identify which types of people you'd like to attract to your programming and figuring out the best ways to reach those people. And when you do figure that out, it's developing that specialized messaging and promotions that will resonate with those people. Because no two people are similar in that sense. There are people that, for example, maybe always come to matinees. And there's people that maybe are going to certain types of shows and productions or are interested in different things. And we really can't look at every one of your patrons and think the same thing about them. We have to understand what is it that they're interested? What are they looking for? What is their behavior? And we really have to start treating those people differently and make sure that what we send them is resonating. And second is retaining your audience. So almost 90% of the time, patrons never come back. So strategic marketing is critical to maximizing the number of repeat patrons because yes, there's always going to be strategies on bringing new people into the door, and we want that. We want new people, but most importantly, we care a lot about those repeat patrons. We want those same people to come back over and over and over again for years to come and bring more people with them. And that is what we want because we want that predictability. We want them to be captivated. We want them to know what's coming up and we want to put in front of them what it is that they want to see and what they're interested in. So retaining your audience is something that's really important and is a whole nother motion in nurturing and making sure that those people are getting certain things that maybe net new people are not getting or new people that have never ever come are getting from you. And then three is generating revenue. So selling tickets is obviously our frontline goal of marketing, but a smart marketing strategy can do so much more, like help you grow that first time patrons into repeat patrons or solicit more donations, sell sponsorships, memberships, merchandise, so much more. Um, we want to help increase ticket sales, but there's just so much other revenue from different places that we can be getting and strategizing for. I think it's we're at a time where we're seeing a lot more memberships and subscriptions available, and the patrons are much more willing to purchase these because and we're seeing them purchase more because of the flexibility that so many of the organizations we work with are offering through our services. And people want flexibility. And I think that because offering that flexibility allows people to come in and purchase things like memberships and subscriptions because of the way they're being offered. So really the last bucket is most obvious that marketing helps sell tickets to your latest production, but equally as vital to really leverage marketing to accomplish those first two goals as well, and really build those campaigns designed to achieve your specific goals. I love this. I think target marketing, I probably can scream this from the rooftops over and over again, but targeted marketing is essential to success. You see here, there's an entire industry of research behind this, and we won't get into it here, but the key takeaway is that sending a generalized email to everyone on your mailing list will only get you so far. One study found that targeted emails led to as high as 320% more sales compared to a general email blast. 320% more. This is specific to email marketing, but there are dozens of studies that show similar results across all different marketing channels that I had just mentioned. Really, like the point that we're trying to get across here is to get the most out of your marketing. You need to be dividing your mailing list into different subgroups called audience segments, which are basically groups of your patrons who share something in common. This can be things like demographic information, how recently they've been to one of your shows, how often they come to one of your shows, have they ever donated, what type of show are they coming to, how many people are they bringing, what type of tickets they're purchasing. We can go on and on about all the different types of segments. And I think every organization that we speak to today has a different way that they like to segment because they have the data and they know exactly like, okay, I know if anyone has maybe donate or come to 3 shows and they've never donated in the past. How can I segment that audience? Or how can I segment an audience that maybe they did come to a show 1 year ago and they never came back? Those people should be getting a different email than someone that's coming to every single show for the last 5 years. So this is what I mean when we're talking about audience segments. So an example, if you want to re-engage with lapsed patrons, you could send an email just to people on your list who haven't come the last 12 months and say, hey, we miss you. We'd love to have you come back. Here's a personalized promo code with a discount to our next show. Because maybe that discount will bring them in. And then it would be really great to track, how many people actually accepted that discount, redeemed it, and came. And that's huge because then you just won someone back. You won them back, you got them roped in, they bought a ticket, and all it took was a $2 discount code. And these discount codes can be very specific to that subset of your patrons. Really the sky's the limit with what you can do and what you're offering. And at this point, you're thinking, yeah, I see the value and everything. But I'm one person, we're a small team, we're wearing a million hats. Tina, how am I supposed to segment all these and send personalized emails? Or maybe it's just like, it's just too much. And you're right, because the fact is, all of this requires time and effort, and you don't have a lot of time to spare. I understand that. But really, to put another way, marketing is really just that lifeblood of your organization, and you need help with it. I don't think anyone should be spending all their time doing it, and that's why so much of this automation that we're building is supposed to be running in the background and helping you do this without so much of you having to sit behind a computer and figuring out 25 different campaigns to do. Um, and so OTS is invested in so much resources to building a suite of very high value marketing automation features.
Tina,
All
real
right.
quick, we
Yeah,
had a question come in about customer segments, asking how many customer segments can OTS track?
as many as you possibly want.
And
As
then
many.
we
Yeah.
also had a second question, can emails be automated to each segment? And then can graphic files be added to those?
Yes and yes. Yeah. You can have all the emails be completely automated and a sequence of them as well. So I think we have some really great, robust integrations as well with both MailChimp and also with Constant Contact. They're wonderful and everything can happen behind the scenes. So there's a lot that can happen there with certain groups of people that you're segmenting, and also really like there's no limit to what you can do. Mhm. Anything else, Kaylee?
Nope, it was just those two so
All
far.
right, wonderful. Okay, I am now moving. Okay, so really, I want to talk through marketing automation. So actually, let me go back one. I'm really sorry. So we can really think of marketing automation being our silent partner. Takes a lot of the work I just described off your plate, so letting you do more with less. Um, Automation just means using software like on the stage to do a lot of the things for you. So if you let on the stage do this work for you, it really lets the platform operate as your silent partner to deliver that high impact marketing. It does more than just save time and streamline your workflow for marketing you're already doing. It's also a tool that unlocks your ability to do new, smarter, and more effective forms of marketing that you aren't already doing, all in which leads to, again, a more engaged audience and more revenue for your organization, which is, I know, everyone's top line goal and also our goal for you all. So talked a lot about marketing automation, and this is the exciting part where we want you to get to see this live. So I'm going to pass the baton over to Tyler. Tyler's going to share his screen in our platform and show you some of our marketing automation tools.
Great. Tina, are you able to stop your share? And then I think I can.
Yeah.
There we go. Hey everyone, I'm Tyler. I'm an account executive here on the stage. I'll also be at ACT Fest in June, so can't wait to see you there. I'm going to share my screen of the OTS platform. I'm going to go through three features if we've got time here. The first one is audience segments. So everything, as you can see, is organized. For user friendliness here, we're always thinking about making our platform user friendly. We also develop the platform based on your feedback, so you have a voice here on the stage. So we constantly come out with new features and functionality to give you the tools that you need to succeed. And yeah, take on those challenges that Tina was mentioning about theater makers and people like you today. So what a segment is, just to remind you, is it's a list of subgroups based on shared characteristics like purchase behavior, attendance, donor or giving behavior, and more. I made an example of one here. So normally you just go up in the right hand corner, hit the plus button, but if I just hit actions and I hit edit, it's going to look the exact same as it would if you created a new one. It just has some information filled in already. So you're going to start with a segment name, a description that's to kind of remind you of why you built this and what it's for exactly. And then you'll assign a tag and you just kind of name this tag and it will associate that with their patron profile. So anytime someone calls in or walks up, you'll have that information readily available in their patron profile. So you know exactly who you're talking to, which is very nice. But if I go down here just a little bit, it's all kind of organized based on these rules. So you just hit the plus button to create a rule with an attribute and an operator. And so I'm going to click on these. And like Tina said, the options are really limitless here. So these are just some out of the box attributes, but you can add in some new attributes if you would like to. This is kind of just what we have readily available for now. But we wanted to look at we want to look at the people who've purchased tickets to only one show in the last 12 months. And the reason why I created this one is because, again, what Tina was saying before is 90% of first time ticket buyers do not come back. Okay. And so we want to understand, why they're not coming back, but also have that information to be able to take action on it and reach out to them and try to get them to come back again. So really you're just choosing that, attribute. They purchased a ticket, right? In the last, you could do date ranges before, after, on certain days. And then you just, it can be filtered for days, weeks, months, how many. And then I just put the number of performances that they attended is less than 2. If you have this auto refresh enabled, you don't ever have to do any manual work ever again with this segment. So these will update dynamically based on patrons who fall into these categories, these groups, okay? And if you have these um, integrations checked off here, Facebook, Google, MailChimp, Constant Contact. We have integrations with all those. It's going to track the patron journey. It's going to seamlessly sync that information with your third-party tools like MailChimp, Constant Contact to keep your information as clean as it possibly can. Okay, so I'm happy to talk to you more about segments, but I do want to show you a tool that works really well with segmentation. I'm just going to filter down to marketing and go to filtered flows. So Tina mentioned, custom purchase flows. We can call them, filtered booking flows. They're just unique checkout experiences, okay, that are tailored to these patrons. And so we want to get more personalized with our outreach. If you just kind of send like a blanket email, it doesn't work a lot of times. So, patrons want that feeling that like them, what they want and what they need. So I created just an early bird discount, right? You can create a segment for that one that I just did to try to get people to come back who had only attended one show. Again, you would just hit the plus buttons, but to kind of save on time here, I'm just going to show you one that's already created. So you just here, I'll zoom in a little bit if easier to see here. So yeah, you just give it a name, a description, right? We want to give people the chance to buy tickets early ahead of time. We're seeing more and more that people are waiting to like the last week or even the day of to buy a ticket. So we want some more upfront revenue and, to kind of know what to expect as far as patrons and how many people are going to be there. So yeah, you'll just give the custom purchase flow a name. You can select the productions that you want associated with it. It could be one production, could be multiple. You could put price filters on it if you want a certain amount of dollar value in the cart or a certain number of tickets in the cart. But we're just going to say that we want to pre-fill this promo code for them. And when you create this link, or this filtered flow, it's going to generate a unique link is what it is. And you can send that out through email, through social media, however you want to get that to these people in that segment. And I'm just going to show you an example of this here. Okay. So just got my filtered flows here. I'm going to do the early bird discount flow. Again, you send this to someone, they click on the link, they select the date and time of the performance. I'm happy to talk more about our ticket widget. I know we're getting close to time here, so I just want to show you how this works. Right, you can do general admission seating. You can do a seating chart, which we have a really flexible seating chart building tool. So you just select your seats. We can also dig in more to add-ons and things that we can help you sell outside of just ticket sales to increase the average overall value of each transaction. And a lot of best practices that we are seeing today. So if you can see this here, I'll zoom in just a little bit more. That promo code was automatically applied. So it reduces the friction there. It gives them their discount, incentivizes them to buy early, right? So this is just one example of the many different types of filtered flows that you can build to, get people to come back again and again. And the more that you do this, the more that you find out about your audience and their buying behaviors, and with those segments over time, you're really going to be able to get streamlined with this and understand your audience. And the last thing, specifically with understanding your audience, check out questions. And I know I'm flying through this, guys, but I would love to demo you sometime. Would love to talk to you at AACT Fest. Checkout questions can really be applied to either ticketed productions. It's also very helpful for classes, camps, workshops, things like that to collect information ahead of time. And again, it can be applied to any show here. It can be applied to one or multiple. I'm just going to select a couple of shows. There are some, again, pre-built questions that you can kind of just like copy over to these productions if you want, or these classes. But I'm just going to act like, we're asking a new question here. How did you hear, about this show, right? Or how'd you hear about us, right? This is just one example of any kind of question you can ask. You can either make it required or optional. There are different field types that you can make, whether it's like a text field, a drop-down list, number field, date field, checkbox, all sorts of things to make sure that you can collect that information in the way that makes the most sense. And then, yeah, you can kind of choose who this applies to, and this will just kind of set these questions up either like on the checkout page or beforehand, especially if you want to collect information for registration or things like that. So this tool really helps you to understand your audience and their preferences as well, and that way you can build more of these tailored marketing efforts. Like Tina said, there's more to share on that, but I'm going to stop my share because I know there's a couple more things that we want to talk to, and we want to give you a chance to ask any other questions that you've got on it.
Yeah. And to recap, so what Tyler did, he first created a segment of his audience using all of those different filters that you saw. And he wanted to filter down to anyone that came from, didn't see a show for a year. After he segmented those people, which he built, and it can be ongoing for any new patron that comes in that falls within those parameters, will always go into that segment. Then what he did, he created a unique link. He's not going to email everyone a promo code. He doesn't want anyone to copy paste it. When they click on that link, it will auto apply that promo code for all those people in that specific subset that you created. So really, like all they have to do is when they click on that link, that is unique to them. That link means, and then if they ever click and purchase it, you will know of those people that you reached out to that only came to a show a year ago, how many of them purchased something through that unique link that Tyler built in less than 5 minutes? Yeah. So I think this is again one aspect of OTS. I think following next, I did want to talk about this. This is very exciting for us. I think this might be the first group that's going to hear about this, but we're really excited to talk about our marketing automation template. So as you just saw, we provide a lot of great individual features you need to create that high impact marketing. But the next phase of this, which we'll be releasing in the next few months, is to go a step further by creating marketing templates that automatically bring these features together to achieve your goals. What that means, so if you think of those individual marketing automation tools as a brick, you can think of these templates as like the mortar that connects them all, providing a level of super automation that makes it very fast and easy to build and deliver all those high impact marketing campaigns. So for example, if your goal is to re-engage patrons who haven't been back to see the programs in the last year, you can select that template. And with one click, you can create an audience segment of patrons who haven't bought a ticket in 12 months, create a custom promo code with a discount that you define, and automatically create a custom link to purchase tickets that already has that promo code. So everything that you saw Tyler just do, we're automating all of it for you. You don't have to do any of it. It's going to happen. You just pick what you want to happen. Re-engage with those people from last year. Great. We'll send something. Hey, we miss you. Click here for the discounted tickets for your upcoming show. Here it is. These are all automated marketing. So really, we want to make this as simple as possible for you. And whether you want one of these campaigns to be ongoing, and so that anyone that comes in that fits in that mold will automatically happen. And if you want to create, 10 of these, you can. You don't have to start from scratch each time. So now it's going to pretty much be like a drop down where you get to select what you want to happen and we'll make it happen for you in the back end. We're really, really excited for this. This is like what we feel is the most innovative thing that we can do for all of our clients when it comes to marketing and save them a bunch of time. And so that we're getting your people in the door, whether they're new people, lookalike audiences, or repeat patrons. We want to make it as simple as possible for you to run these in the background and have your audience feel like they're actually getting a personalized email from you to help convert them into repeat patrons. And I know we're at time, but I want to open it up and stop here for any questions. I will look at the chat just to make sure. Let me see.
Can you go to the next slide, Tina, to
Yeah.
just the one with the there you go. There you go. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, so this is a QR code. If for anyone that wants to, you can scan this and obviously sign up for a demo with Tyler. We're happy to do that. And then I said, can you show a sample email that a patron would have received? Yeah, we're happy to send that. Yeah, thanks, Tyler. And do you have a recommendation of which promotions are best to start with so contacts aren't overwhelmed? I think the best thing to always start with for promotions, I think what we just showed you is a great one. I think people that have not come back, like have not been to a show in 12 months for that season, I think that's a wonderful one to give some. I love to give examples and ideas. I think other ideas that we've seen be really, really successful is if you're looking for like more donations, anyone that's attended more than 2 or 3 shows in the last, let's say, 2 years and has never donated, to message them about donating or contributing, or give them like membership packages to look at to help contribute. I also think another really good one specifically is first time patrons. So coming to a show for the very first time, making sure those people immediately get a maybe a discount code to bring someone new. Like, hey, if you buy 2 tickets this time, you can get $5 off that second ticket. Or maybe it's like, hey, I saw you came. I want you to come back. Here's $5 off. You can redeem it in the next 6 months. I think those are really, really great for someone that is net new coming in who's never been engaged with your programs before.
Yeah, also, low performing instances of a run is a great one that you can kind of like as ticket sales are coming in, you're getting closer to the performances. You can direct people not only to like promo codes or discounts, but you can direct them to lower selling performances without applying a discount code. These
Yep.
filter flows do not always have to be associated with, yeah, like a promo code. So yeah, just another idea there. Yeah.
Yeah, when he created that filtered flow, you can actually say, I only want certain ticket types to show up. I only want VIP tickets, or I only want matinee tickets, because maybe your matinee tickets aren't selling. And maybe you're like, who in my audience or in my patron database only like repeatedly buys matinee tickets? And then you can create a specific link that only shows matinee, send it to all the people that you put in that group and say, hey, we have matinees still open here. Like, click on this link to select one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Patricia, she should know all of these. Yeah.
There, looks like we had one more question come
Yeah.
in the chat.
Which
See that?
one?
I have a call set with Sam Burkert.
Yeah.
Do you see that
Yeah.
one? Okay.
Yes, Patricia, Sam should know all of these different things, and should share it. You can ask her about this webinar and she will share all the different marketing examples with you. And we have some amazing guides as well. We have a guide on all the different marketing tools and resources that we can also share. Promos other than offering discounts are a really good idea. We don't like, yeah, I think, yes, anything that it doesn't have to be discount related. I also think some really great things we see organizations do is offer things like a VIP meet and greet, or like you can do add-ons. Maybe it's a concession. All those can be sold through our platform just for more upfront revenue for pre-orders. And it's super easy. We actually have up to like some organizations have up to like a 30% attach rate to add-ons. And those are a really great thing to offer as well in promos. So people love experiences and additional experiences that you can offer.
Okay, great. And I'm going to go a little old school really quickly. Um, would you be willing to, Tina or Tyler, to put your email into the chat? I know some people watch these Zooms on their phone, which makes it hard to capture, to click on the QR code. So I want to cover all bases with that. Perfect. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah,
And I
absolutely.
will just echo what you said. This is the first time I've ever seen this, so it is incredibly innovative, and I think it's incredibly needed in our community. So I appreciate you guys putting the brain work into this and the commitment to making our theaters more effective and efficient in how we do and reach our patrons.
Yeah.
Last up, I just want to remind folks, for those that were coming in a little bit late, if you are an ACT member, we do have a roundtable coming up soon. May the 20th, it is focused on burnout. So if you are that person doing it all, this may be a good place for you to check in and connect. And just want to say thank you again to On the Stage. Oh, just a fun fact, the On the Stage is actually doing our program for ACT Fest. So if you are at ACT Fest, as Tyler mentioned, stop by the exhibitor booth, say hi, ask your questions, learn more. And does anyone have any other questions or notes they want to share with our group before we head out? All righty then. Well, thank you everyone, and I hope everyone has a wonderful afternoon.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. You guys were wonderful. We'll talk to you in a couple
Yeah.
weeks.
Bye.